Look at those lines. Sexy, crimson, and chrome exterior. Emerald green headlights that kind of look like Sunrider's Destiny, but isn't. And listen to that engine growl. Roar. And then there is the claw. Just in case you want to claw something that needs to be clawed. Pummel, pummel, and pummel. And finally, you should buy the Crimson Scorpion, because if you don't buy one, then you don't have one. And having one is better than not having one, because not having one means that you don't have one. And, well, maybe you're okay with that, but not on my watch. Not on my watch, mister. Hello there. I'm Lord Paradigm. Are you not entertained? So, this is the Ultrasabers Crimson Scorpion. I want to preface the video by just saying that I bought this off of eBay. So, there was no lead times per se. So, that just sort of means that if you ask me how long did it take for Ultrasabers to get this to me, I won't have an answer for you, because I didn't order it from Ultrasabers. So we can just sort of gloss over that and skip to the next part. So the hilt is 14 3/4 inches long. Has this really cool claw. This portion of the claw right here, that's 4 3/4 inches long. So 4 3/4 plus 14 3/4. Get your calculators out and figure it out for yourself. Anyway, so there's a lot going on, a lot of detail to this thing. Has windows galore. Now I have a 32-inch custom saber shop show blade. I have a dueling blade on here. And what I find is, if you can see inside these windows, when I turn this on, it kind of gives this sort of a, well, I think it's sort of a crystal chambers kind of effect. And I really like that. Just because of the thickness of the walls of the blade, the light sort of nestles within the windows, if you can see it. And then here's the rest of the windows. Saber's still a little dirty. I'm in the process of cleaning it up. There was a lot of gook on the blade. That's mostly been dealt with, but it can use a little bit more work. Alright, so Saber has a V3 soundboard, which means it just has Obsidian right now, which can be upgraded to a single font, which I like. I actually like a single font on a Saber. Multiple fonts are definitely cool, but I find that a Saber has a lot more personality when you limit yourself to one blade color and one sound font. I don't know, but I mean, I can take Sabers either way, but I kind of like that whole concept. So you have this choke point here. It has these little tactile grippy ring things, which are sort of replicated with these grippy ring things down here on the near the base of the hilt, and that really makes this a nice saber to handle two-handed. It's a bit of a heavy thing. The saber is it's a beast. Yes, it is a beast. I'm a pretty big guy, so I do modestly well one-handed with this. It is heavy. I've been doing a lot of lifting at work in the past few days, opening cartons of paper and whatnot, so my arm's a little bit knackered. But other than that, I find this to be one of the more comfortable Ultrasaber hilts. It really is kind of a dream, and with the smoothness of the finish, and I even touched upon the color. The color of this thing is just it's glorious. I wouldn't necessarily call it a crimson. It's more of I don't know, more of a rust color. It's hard to explain, but it's really fetching, and it's really quite beautiful. And playing off the chrome and whatnot, there's a lot going on here. This is just a lovely Ultrasabers hilt, and you kind of have a little bit of that shroud action. There's obviously an inner core, because you can feel. You hear that? The thinness. You can hear the thinness of the aluminum from the shroud, which is not a bad thing. It just means it's kind of really tight against the surface, and it makes it nice and smooth. There's nothing on this saber that's overly harsh on the hands. Maybe the cubes here. If you catch yourself on these little cubes, these are sort of a bit of a torture device in and of itself, but it's not bad at all. One of the real selling points for this saber, I think, is the etching. Anytime that Ultrasabers gets involved with etching, I'm a big fan. One of the things with the Empress, that's sort of, I really love the etching on the Empress, but then everybody wants to go in there and make it into an exact replica of Ray's hilt, and then they cover up the etching. So a lot of people order that saber without the etching. If you get the etching, you don't want to put a wrap on there. It's sort of a mixed bag, but with a saber like this, you can just keep the etching. So you have the etching around the switch. This doesn't have a backlit switch, which is my preferred option. The LED is just a Consular green, and it isn't tricrete. But it also doesn't have flash on clash, and I'm okay with that. This almost has the feel of either a mystery box or possibly a raffle prize, because it kind of has the sort of the layout, the way it's set up is sort of this is how Ultrasabers tends to set up sabers that they give out for free. Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes they load them up. Sometimes people get their raffle prize and they'll ask to have things added at additional cost, as I've seen Cydias do plenty of times. So yes, the etching, quite lovely. So I covered the little grippy point. Each one of these is pretty much the thickness of a finger, so you really, your hand gets in there and it's very comfortable. Cover deck wheel, I believe, is standard on this hilt. I like this little accentuation with these rings where they decided to go with the chrome or the aluminum colors. And then you have this is sort of a standard pommel that you find, I think, on the Savior, and you can also find this on the Mantis. So I have multiple iterations of this. And let me turn this on so you can hear what it sounds like. Again, just has Obsidian. So plenty loud, as most Ultrasabers are. And yeah, let's just get into the claw a little bit. I think I've neglected the claw. There's these divots in the claw. And even though it looks like it should be really sharp, it's not. From what I understand, there is a way to remove the claw, and this part right here just kind of forms a little bit of a window, and it's designed to be removed. You have to, I think, take all this apart and get at it from the inside, but I'm not inclined to do that at this juncture. So yeah, it's a very, very lovely beast of a hilt. I've grown quite fond of it in the short time I've had it. Some sabers you take to almost immediately, and others, like for me, the LG Toys, the first version of the Leia saber, I haven't really taken a shine to that one. I'm not really a big fan of the Leia saber design. I just don't know why. It's just not a thing for me. But something like this saber has so much character. It's borderline goofy, but it's also like devastatingly cool. It just looks. I mean, imagine if this was an actual saber and you're in combat, and obviously if it's a lightsaber, there wouldn't be a polycarbonate blade sticking out of the blade holder. You don't even feel like igniting the thing. You could just stab someone to death with this thing. I mean, that's the whole point of the claws, but it's like a little bit of a bayonet on your lightsaber. How cool is that? Such a lovely, interesting concept. I'm not exactly sure what this screw is, but it definitely doesn't hold an LED in place. I think it might just be an accentuation, or it probably holds pieces together. Because, I mean, the windows go all the way to here, so the LED is probably down here somewhere, floating around, as they usually do on Ultrasabers hilts. So anyway, that just about does it for this. So I'm gonna close out by show you a little video of me outside swinging this around this morning on my way to work, and so you enjoy that. And in the meantime, I'm gonna bid you adieu, and I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. And I hope you enjoy the review. And I keep bonking into my table, so I apologize for that. And, if you could subscribe, I'm getting really, really close to 1,000 subscribers. So I never dreamed that would even be remotely possible, to be honest. I just started doing this channel for fun, and I didn't really know that it would take off the way that it has. It's just been kind of amazing. Everyone's been really, really cool and supportive. So my thanks to everybody that's out there that likes my content for some crazy reason. I'm just doing it for fun, as I said. And so yeah, and comment away if you have any questions regarding the Ultrasabers Crimson Scorpion. I'd be more than happy to answer whatever questions you might have. So please go ahead and like or dislike whatever floats your boat. And I will catch you guys later with some more content. And I hope you're all doing well. And have a good night. Take care now. Bye. This is the saber you want. This is the saber that you lust for. Don't you want this saber? You want to taste it. You want to feel it. You want to possess it. You want to see your reflection of your hand holding the camera in the claw that is so shiny. And then there is the ever so long blade The blade of the Crimson Scorpion. Don't you want it? Don't you want it? Don't you want it?